Morning all, welcome back to another vid, my first one for absolutely ages. I seem to regularly say that these days. But yeah, the same old thing, which I guess I'll repeat again now. Just busy with work, you know, other interests, hobbies. I just finding the time, isn't it? And before you know it, you know, a whole week and then 2 weeks and a month goes by and you've not made a vid. And it's very, very, very easy to fall out of the loop. So if you haven't made a vid for ages, then use this right now as some kind of kickstart to make a vid on your channel, because I've noticed as well there's quite a few people, you know, who I'm subscribed to who just haven't made a video for ages. Is it the New Year blues? Just kind of, you know, getting back into the swing of things slowly but surely. I don't know what it is, but if you're watching this and you want to make a vid, but maybe you've just not really had the enthusiasm, we'll do it. Or else. So I've got 8, what are they? 360 games, staring me right in the face. 8 360 games. One for the PlayStation 1, which annoys me, and one for the Wii U. So I thought I'd do a pick-up vid because they're very easy to make, you know, 10, 15 minutes, whatever this is going to be. And obviously I've got all, you know, stuff like the vlog vids, the vinyl vid, I want to do another one of those. You can see them behind me up there. I need to do another one, and will do another one very shortly. All the other stuff that I want to do, but like I said, I just thought I'd do a pick-up vid because it's the easiest way to make a vid, the easiest way to kind of re-familiarise myself with the whole YouTube thing. I mean, I've only been away for just over a month, so it's not a long time. But, oh yeah, and Happy New Year, by the way, because it's my first opportunity to say that. So let's make 2015 a really good one. And what more can you say than that? Let's just all be positive and let's achieve what we want to achieve. Or at least set the wheels in motion to start achieving what we want in life. Be it gaming or be it just general stuff in life. So let's all do that. I know I'm gonna, so you make sure you do as well. Anyway, let's crack on after that little motivational speech there. So yeah, 8 360 games. Now the first one I've got is, some may say, you may say, it's a bit of a waste of money. Well, not literally, because it was $4, which is around about £2.50, £2.75. But a waste of money in the sense that I've already got it, but I've got it on the what have I got it on? The PlayStation 4. And I picked this up for the 360. But it's $4, and I think it only came out last year. Let's have a look. Is it 2014? Yeah, 2014. And I don't quite understand why people get rid of the 360 games and PS3, well 360 in particular, so cheap. And that's another thing, I'll save this for a vlog actually, but as you can tell by 8 360 games, I've really got back into the Xbox 360. Such a brilliant bit of kit, and I'm absolutely loving it. I thought I'd left it behind, but no, I've got back into it in a massive way. But anyway, I'll save that for the vlog whenever that is. Also, I will say on this particular game, and some of these, there's some sticker residue. It easily will come off, it's not a problem. Or it will easily come off, I should say. So, yeah, it annoys me. You probably don't care, but if you see any, it will be removed. So anyway, this game, I'll crack on with it. Watch Dogs, and apologies for any glare off the camera and the light and all that kind of stuff. Now, if I'm honest, I didn't think it was all that. You know, if you go back, what was it, maybe two and a half, maybe 3 years, was it previewed like an E3 or some event? And it looked absolutely amazing, but even at the time I was suspicious. I thought, that looks too good. And this is well before the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One were announced, but you could tell by looking at it, the graphics, that it wasn't on a 360 or a PS3, and sure enough, it probably was on like a high-end PC, which maybe, arguably, the PS4 and the Xbox One can't even achieve. Not right now, anyway, in the infancy of the new generation's hardware. But you could tell it wasn't a 360 or a PS3 game, but that game anyway was Watch Dogs, and it looked really good. So for the past like couple of years, 2-3 years, I was really looking forward to it coming out. When it did come out, I bought it, and it wasn't terrible, it was just a little bit boring, I thought. Anyway, it was a bit predictable, it was the same old thing, and just pretty much underwhelmed. And so yeah, it's not a bad game, it's just a little bit dull. But I thought I'd get it for the 360 just to see how, I guess, how downgraded it is in comparison to the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. So that's that one, and there's the spine, which obviously you all want to see. So that's the first one. Next one up is a game called Blood Drive. Now, I'm pretty certain, again, it was about 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago, we're going a little bit old school on YouTube here, and I'm convinced it was Stu Ninja Bearhug who did a gameplay of this on his PlayStation 3. And at the time, it looked great, like a laugh, not amazing, but just something fun to play. Like a cross between, let's say, I don't know, a Burnout and Dead Island. Or maybe it's like a Carmageddon, actually, the same kind of thing. You're running over zombies and all that kind of stuff. And that's all it is, essentially, just running over zombies in a car, in like kind of an arena. I've not played it yet, but just going off memory from watching Stu's vid. I think it was Stu anyway. and it was $3. $3? What is this? The price is just crazy. Why pay $50 for a game on the PlayStation 4 or Xbox One? I mean, unless you really want it. When you can get some of these for like $2, $3, $4, $5 each. It's lunacy. And that's another reason I've got back into the 360. But again, I'll save that for the vlog. Although slowly, I'm just kind of telling you now everything I'm going to tell you in the vlog in a week or tomorrow. Or whenever I do it. Who knows? Maybe next month. Well, it will be next month actually, probably, because it's nearly February. Anyway, the next game, this is one that I really wanted to get. Another one when it first came out. But something put me off buying it. I think it was the fact that it was A, $50, you know, for a brand new retail release price game. But also, I mean, there was something about it. Let me just tell you what it is and then I'll explain. It's Driver San Francisco. And, again, spines and the back. Yeah, what I didn't like about it, because I love the franchise, I absolutely loved, and still love, probably always will love, the first game, Driver, on the PlayStation 1. The second one I thought was alright. The one on the Xbox was a Driver 3. Is that the Parallel Lines one? I thought that was pretty poor. But the first one was absolutely brilliant, and the second one was alright. So I really wanted to get this with, like, you know, new graphics and a new hardware and all that kind of stuff on the 360. But what I didn't like at the time from watching trailers was, I don't know, the character's like some kind of bloody Quantum Leap Sam Beckett character. You can leap in and out of bodies and cars and vehicles and do all that kind of stuff. And it was taking it for me to some kind of science fiction-y edge. And I didn't like the sound of it. I wanted it to stick to its roots, just kind of, you know, the cops chasing you and all that kind of stuff. And all this shifting from bodies to different bodies and car, I'm not sure. Not yet given it a try. I think, because over the years, you know, I've watched a few gameplay clips on YouTube, heard people talking about it, and I'm kind of coming round to it a little bit more. It's not as bad, I think, as I initially thought, so I think I'm going to like it, and for the sake of, what did I say, like $3 or something, that's just absolutely ridiculous. It's just a must-buy. Swiggity. Next one up is a game that I absolutely loved on the PlayStation, but before that, I think the year before, the PC, and it's Command & Conquer. This one, Red Alert 3, and it's one of these with like an interchangeable cover. So if you didn't like this artwork, you can switch it round and put the other one in. Now, this one arrived like this, and I don't care what it looks like. What is the other one for the record? Oh, you can't really see through the green kind of case. Oh, I remember now. It's kind of like the red uniform that she's wearing, as opposed to like just the tank top. So, yeah, point and click kind of not role-playing, kind of strategy game, isn't it? Isn't it? Like, how can you forget Command & Conquer? Yeah, legendary kind of series. I've not played the series for a long, long time, but I do like it, and I am looking forward to getting back into the franchise. But, I mean, playing on a controller, I know I did it on the PlayStation 1, but really these games, I think it's fair to say, are more suited for a mouse, so on the PC. Next up is another game which I've not played, but always wanted to. I say always wanted to. I didn't want to play this in 1992, because it wasn't out. But always since it came out, obviously. And it's Borderlands, but this one is Borderlands Game of the Year edition. And it kind of made more sense to get this one than just getting the original one, especially because this one, again, was around $3.50 or something like that. And like pretty much all of these, they're all boxed and complete, as we used to say it in the old days on YouTube. Maybe they still do, I don't know. And when it comes to pick up vids and stuff, again, a little bit of sticker residue, which really annoys me, but I will be removing that. It's not a problem. So yeah, I like the look of the whole cell shading thing. Never played this game before. Seen loads of videos on it from you. Certainly people in the community. Seen it, you know, advertised on TV in the past. Heard about it. I know about it. Just never played it. So again, looking forward to that one. Okay, next up is a game called Medal of Honor Warfighter. But this one is Project Honor Edition because you get a Walmart exclusive documentary. Big deal. Obviously, I'm not bothered. God, the discs are falling out everywhere. That's kind of really silly. Look, so you've got the tray there which holds one of the discs, but then you've just got two stacked on top of each other. That's pretty tacky. I mean, why couldn't that just have housed two? That just seems a little bit ridiculous. So now when the first game came out, I say the first game, it was Medal of Honor, was it just called Tier 1 Edition? I guess it was, I don't even know if they're related. Is this the sequel to that? I'm not sure. But the game which came out before this one, which I've also got, I absolutely loved it. I've got to be honest. Now, I've got it on the 360 and the PS3. There's not many games that I've got cross-platform, but sometimes if I bought a game in, you know, or several games in a bundle, then I'll probably keep it. if I haven't already got it, obviously on that same system, irrespective of the fact that I may have it for another system. So, but yeah, on the PlayStation 3 in particular, I played the Medal of Honor Tier 1 edition, and I really liked it. I thought it was fantastic. Now, it was a broken game, make no bones about it, and especially online, even though I had fun with it, I enjoyed it, it was pretty frustrating, you know, it was a frustrating experience because it was a broken game, but I still enjoyed it. So when this was announced, I really wanted to buy it straight away. But I'll tell you what put me off. They released a multiplayer beta of this, and when did this come out? 2011? 2012? 2012. So it would have been late 2011, sometime in 2012. They released a multiplayer beta. I can't remember if I played it or downloaded it and played it for the Xbox 360 or the PlayStation 3. But either way, I downloaded it, and again, it was broken. In fact, it was worse, in my opinion, than the Tier 1 edition. So I kept thinking to myself, do you know what? I probably will buy it. They'll probably patch and fix the online stuff. The single-player game, you know, I did want to buy it back then, but I wasn't prepared to pay $50 for it. Now, admittedly, you know, wait 2.5, nearly 3 years, but I have saved, well, what would it have been? $50, $60 on release, and I picked it up for $3. So, am I happy to wait 3 years, 2-3 years, and save $57? Well, yeah. So, that's, I think, the moral of the story there is just wait, because the prices plummet. Excuse me. 2 more on the 360. Just going to have another quick swig, actually. Yeah, 2 more on the 360. Now, I picked this up because, once again, this is another one, much like the next one, actually. In fact, much like pretty much all of these. It's one I wanted to buy when it first came out, but I just wasn't prepared to pay $50 or $60. It was just too expensive. But I knew I'd have fun with it. And that game is WWE, or is it F? I think it's probably changed to E by this time, hasn't it? WWE All Stars. So this one's a classic with all the old legends in. So I'm kind of thinking Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, The Undertaker, and a lot of new people, Bret Hitman Hart, Shawn Michaels, whoever else, Triple H, all that kind of stuff. Now, I'm not into my wrestling. I did have a brief flirtation with it back in the very early 90s. By very early, I mean literally 1990, 91, maybe a little bit of 92. But after that, I'm just not interested. But in terms of playing with all those kind of wrestlers from this era, or from that era, I should say, I thought it would be fun. So really pleased to get it. Again, same old price, around about $3. And last but not least, on the 360, there's 2 more after this, is Syndicate. Now, this is another one that I downloaded. I think it's for the PlayStation 3 when they released the multiplayer beta. And I thought it was alright, but not, again, there's no way I was going to pay full price for it. And it was one that I'd kind of earmarked to buy in the future, but I just completely forgot about it. You know, with new hardware coming out and prioritising other games and all the rest of it for different systems as well. It's one which just went off my radar. And then when I had the opportunity to pick this up the other day for a stupid price, I decided to pick it up. Why not? Now, it's not a great game. Obviously, being Syndicate, it's based off the old Amiga classic, or loosely based off it. This one is obviously a first-person shooter. The only saving grace for me that it's got is the whole neon kind of lights with the futuristic look to the game, which I absolutely love. I'm a sucker for that whole neon light thing. I've said it before, I'll say it again. But I do like that. And it just looks really cool, the lighting effects. But it's not a great game. It's a very standard first-person shooter, very generic. If you can pick it up for, you know, what would the equivalent be? Maybe £3. Well, it'll be less than, well, £2-3 quid. Then, yeah, I'd say buy it. But if you paid full price for it, you're probably regretting it, because I know I would be anyway. Anyway, so 2 games left. First one up is on the PlayStation 1. Now, I saw this on eBay the other day, or the other week, whenever it was. And because a lot of you will know that I do like my PAL games. I've got more of a story on that, and I'll try and remember for the vlog vid as well, whenever I do that, as I say. But yeah, I like my PAL games, and I like them because it's nostalgia. I don't prefer PAL because I really like borders around the screen, or that I really like my games running slower. That obviously not. It's completely, exclusively all down to the memories, the nostalgia of looking at the box and the box art and the design, and it reminded me of people and places and times and all that kind of stuff. So I'm very nostalgic when it comes to my retro games. That's why I always want PAL, or at least usually. So I saw this one. It's a PlayStation 1 game. It's Grand Theft Auto 2. And I thought, great, PAL game in America, $5 including shipping. So again, around about £3 or whatever. You could say slightly overpaid, but whatever, you know. If I'd have bought this from the UK, I'd have had to have paid like £6 shipping. It just wouldn't have been worth it. It would have been like $15 all in. Or buy it in America for $5 all in. Now, as it happens, maybe I should have bought it on eBay UK, Because what I didn't realise, that whilst it's a PAL game, as you can see, and it's in English to a degree, PlayStation, Grand Theft Auto, it's actually the French version. I don't know if you can see that there on the front, that little kind of orangey sticker. And then on the back, completely in French. Now, I speak about 20 words of French. The last one that I learned was like 1994 at school. So, yeah, that's absolutely useless to me. Unless, obviously, from the option screen you can play it in English. You probably can, to be fair. But yeah, for the sake of $5, I'm not that bothered. But being a little bit anal, a little bit OCD, and of course nostalgic, I do want to get the PAL version back. It's going to be cheap, obviously, but I've potentially just wasted $5 there. So if you're French, or you speak French, or you want the French version, let me know, and maybe you can have it. For nothing. Don't worry, I won't charge you like $5 or anything. You can have it. I don't really want it. Last but not least is a game for the Wii U. Now, this is still sealed. Obviously, I'm not going for a sealed collection. I just haven't had time to play it yet. I'm really looking forward to playing it. It's a game which has kind of got mixed reviews. When I say mixed reviews, mixed reactions, I guess, because I've not really seen any official reviews from any magazines or websites. I don't really frequent those things anymore. I tend to go off what people say, maybe people like yourself, just listening to actual gamers' opinions. And it seems to be a bit divided, a bit split down the middle. But I love the fact that it's set in London. It's ZombiU, like I say, on the Wii U, with a lot of glare there off the plastic wrapping. I love the fact that it's set in London, and the fact that it's just a survival horror game, kind of in the veins of, or in the vein of Resident Evil, obviously being the best example I can think of. And yeah, apparently it's very hard where, there's not a lot of ammunition knocking around. It's very difficult, and apparently it's quite scary. So you can use the gamepad as well. Not that I'm really... I don't know, I'm not particularly enamoured, I've got to be honest, with the Wii U gamepad so far. To be fair, I've not really used it, so maybe if and when I do, I might start liking it, appreciating it, and understanding it a bit more. But right now, I find it a bit fiddly and a bit of a nuisance. But whatever, we'll see. So I'm looking forward to playing this, and I don't know how much I paid for this. I think it was like $15, so a little bit more expensive. $15 being around about 10, 11 quid, there or thereabouts. And like I keep saying, it's sealed, brand new. Now, another thing you'll notice, and I think I did talk about this before, and you're probably already more than aware of this, but over here in America, what we get are the white spines with, obviously, the coloured writing, whereas in PAL regions, it is the turquoise, which is basically this colour, isn't it? Turquoise with the coloured writing as well. Now, I do like the turquoise look. I think aesthetically it looks quite nice. But I think, wherever you're from, wherever you are, whatever you kind of are used to, I think is what you tend to gravitate towards. So consequently, I kind of prefer this. I like the clearness of the white there. It just looks fresh with the writing in the middle and the little logo in the middle there, the Wii U at the top. I just think it looks quite nice, personally. But I think that the turquoise looks good too. I just prefer a load of these white kind of spines next to each other. Sounds racist. But it's not racist because I like the black, see, equality, black PlayStation 1 cases. So, I don't know why I said that, was ridiculous. Anyway, so that's all I wanted to show. I've got 10 games. I have got more arriving. I've gone a little bit mad on the 360 again. Like I say, I've really got into it and I'm really liking it. So, I'll be back shortly. I don't know what my next vid will be. It may be a vinyl vid. I know you all love your music. So we'll do one of them very shortly. There's a vlog vid, the usual stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.